56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So hello everyone, welcome to our workshop. So this is a Tezos Club SATI, and we will be starting our workshop on Tezos and SmartPy. So I would like to come up on stage Mr. Tauqeer Ahmed, the Developer Relation and Community Manager Tezos.
Hey, Utkarsh, how are you doing?
Hello Tauqeer. Fine man, how you doing?
Absolutely great. Like the weather is really great right this is right in the New Delhi area. So yeah, I'll be taking on the stage. So hey everyone, I am Tauqeer Ahmed, and I work as a developer relations engineer and a community manager at Tezos from the India region. I do check out and look out for all the student communities, their basic needs, form the cult of developers, and hand out the guilds in the whole India region. So I do admire them all and try to foster and to focus upon the best technologies and the education. Over to you, Dr. Utkarsh.
So thank you Tauqeer for the great introduction. Now I
Great.
would like to call upon DevRel lead Tezos India. Please.
Hello, hi everyone. How are you all doing?
Hey,
Hi.
Oh, it's right. So, are we starting now? Yeah, just a second.
yeah,
Let me
yeah,
first
absolutely,
my
Yeah,
screen
please.
to this. Yeah, I think this will be better. Yeah. So, hi everyone. How are you all doing?
absolutely great, absolutely great.
Can I go
Absolutely
ahead
great
and
here
start with
also.
the discussion and all?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Go ahead, please. Your
please.
introduction and all. It's up to you.
Okay. So, I am Simarpreet Singh. I am working as a developer relations lead for Tezos in India region, and today we will be discussing more about how to build on top of Tezos blockchain, Tezos L1 blockchain using SmartPy. So I hope they as we have a prior discussion with Utkarsh that the people who will be joining from this particular college will be like having some experience of Python, and they know how to build on top build using Python. They know how to code in Python, and they know and understand the syntax of Python. So I will take some approach to make sure that we will be taking forward all this session and discussions in this next 1 hour, while making sure that I can make to relate the code between the Python code and the SmartPy code, because SmartPy is nothing but a package of Python if understood correctly, but although it is a separate language, but the syntax and the other things are almost similar to Python, and the way Python interpreter works, it looks exactly like a package of Python, just like how NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib and other libraries do work. So with that thing, I think we can start with the discussion. Okay, just let me know, is it do we need to have a formal introduction about what is blockchain and all things, or shall we start directly with the smart way development?
What we can do, we can take up to 2 to 3 minutes to make you understand the blockchain and Tezos, then move ahead with the smart the Python thing for a couple
Okay,
of
then
minutes. Right?
just give me a second. Let me just open my slides, and then we can move forward with it. I think
Yeah.
so. Just a second.
Yeah, great.
What can do accept screen accepting thing when you get
Yeah,
all
I
the
yeah,
notification.
I will accept.
I think I will just start with the allow the screen to present. Just a second. Share screen. Yeah. Allow me to share the screen.
Yeah, do that. Done, bro.
Done.
So
So
Yeah,
let's have a formal introduction about this in next in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So what is blockchain? Let's start with this discussion. What is blockchain and what comes to your mind when you hear about this word blockchain? There are many things that can come to your mind, whether it is blockchain, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tezos, and cryptography, decentralization, decentralized finance, or NFTs. Many things can come to our mind, any individual. But what exactly does that mean, and how do they work actually? So let's have a discussion around it. So what is blockchain? A system that holds the transactional records while ensuring that security, transparency, and decentralization are maintained, along with what are the properties of blockchain, and these are the properties actually which is making sure and why we are using blockchain in our day-to-day life use cases nowadays. It is immutable. That means that it is tamper proof. The changes and data that's one recorded is not changeable at that particular moment of time, because there are some ways in which most of the chains are utilizing this method of recording the data on blockchain along with time stamping. So a time, as we all know, particularly in physics and generally, time is also considered as one of a dimension. But there is one thing, we can't go back in time. So a particular thing that was said at a particular second won't be getting back. We can't go back to listen to that. Although it's possible in the recording via recording, but still, if you are seeing or hearing that particular thing in live moment, you can't go back to the same moment to see and listen or view that particular thing that happened 1 hour ago or 1 year ago in the live moment, not in the recorded moment. So same way, data is also recorded using timestamps. So a data could be updated further in the database, but not at that particular moment of time, which already happened. Second thing is trustless, where we are actually eliminating the need to have a central authority to govern, as well as making sure the agreement should be maintained by both the parties. Okay. Third thing is secure, because we are using cryptography to make sure everything that is going on in the on the blockchain network is secure. So again, can you mute your mic? There are some noise coming from your.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. And secure, because we are using cryptography. And fourth thing is transparent, because why are we saying transparent? Although it is a controversial statement to say, but transparency is actually a particular trait or particular facility that is available according to use case. But still, anyone who is connected to or available on the network can view information that is being passed on into that network. Okay. So with that, I think I will just take an example of this particular thing, which we almost use too much, like during the COVID era. That is Google spreadsheets or Excel sheets or Google Forms. So a Google form, if we can take example, take the is being hosted by an individual or an organization, an individual from the organization. It records data and it is saved in form of Excel sheets as of now. If we normally talk about a Google form, there are three things that are being different in the Web2 world and how these things are impacting, and because of which and some use cases scenarios we are shifting to blockchain for these use cases. First, if we consider a Google form, it is being governed and managed by a particular individual or a group of individual from an organization who hosted that Google form. So that means a particular person is always having a admin rights, or we can say uh, all our rights for edit, also managing who can view this information or not, who is allowed to edit this information and can remove or modify the data itself. Second thing, it is not visible to everyone. It is only allowed to for selective use cases or users also Third thing, which is it is not secure, particularly because the data can be seen here directly. And fourth thing, we have to rely on a particular entity or individual to make sure that the data recorded, we are hoping that it is safe. Although, if needed, it could be unsecure because it depends on the person who is hosting and managing or like organizing this data. So it actually changes according to the use cases also. Like sometimes these things are needed, but sometimes these things are needed to be secured, because if there is some tampering, it could affect and enhance the result of XYZ thing that was supposed to happen. Okay, for example, if same thing considered in the regular exam cases, I think it could impact the result of the particular user whose information was being saved in this Excel sheet or particular XYZ database, wherever it is. If that data is public, anyone can see things, and it could actually hamper things at some moment, because results everywhere we take a test, the results are always announced after a particular period of time. So in that particular phase, everyone has to wait. If anybody has access to it, it could affect, hamper, or do some other like things to affect the use case or like affect the output of that particular result. Second thing, if the database of that particular test that is having records and transaction other things, saving the information about their like candidature, like personal information, as well as whatever they have done during the test, if somebody has access to modify that, there are chances that could be modified. Corruption is everywhere. So that is other thing. Third thing, we are actually relying on a particular entity that is saving this data from our side, hoping that it won't be leaked. But there are times where we see our personal information getting leaked also, whether it's mobile phone based data, or there was a data that is saved from a pizza delivery also. 2020 we saw many database leaks also from Domino's. Also was the Domino's database leak was also there. There are some records from SIM carriers or carriers also that was released and available on dark web. So these are some things at some cases where the need case and use case for the blockchain was actually needed, and I think these are the properties which are actually allowing us to try to have these features, and these features are being provided in blockchain as properties. So that's why people are shifting to these use cases and exploring more use cases nowadays. What is cryptographic hash function? A one-way mathematical function that takes an input of any size but gives output of a fixed length, and the result is always unique to each and every unique input, making sure that if a thing is passed on once at a time in that particular hash function, it will always generate a unique output for each and every unique input. Let's see how this thing work in real time. I have this particular example where we are using SHA 256 secure hashing algorithm number 256 bit, and this will give you a live example of how things are actually working. So if there is a data field, we can type XYZ amount of data into this field, and wherever it is passed on from a hash function, it will generate a output of this 64 digits, correct? 64 characters. Okay, so you can see whenever I type something, it is always changing the value, but the input value, the size of input length is always increasing, decreasing, or whatever it will be, but the hash value is always of 64 characters only. That is the property of hash function, and for each and every unique input, it will give us unique output. So for example, I'm typing my name Simar with a capital S, it will be giving me this hash address. But if I write my same name in the using small or like like small s, it will be giving me the different output. But if I go back to the previous one, it will be giving me the same output. That means for each and every unique input, it will give us a fixed length unique output always. May and also a good hashing algorithm is one where there is no clashing between two different inputs giving a same output. Okay, let's see how these things work in a block. what does a block contains? Because blockchain is nothing but a chain of blocks connected with each other, just like how LinkedIn is. Linked list is actually connected. There are linked lists where nodes are either in the connected in the forward way or the backward way. Either they are saving the address of the next node that will be saving the data, or the previous node that has already saved the data. In blockchain, we are also utilizing somewhat similar way where we are saving the address of the previous block. But what exactly does a block contain? Let's see what it does. A block number, that is the number of that the block which is minted. It has a particular individual unique number. A nonce number is something I will talk about later on. But just before that, this data field was there previously, which we see where we are inputting the data, and this hash address also we are seeing there. But there is a difference. If I try to do something, I can type something, it will be giving me a particular hash at the moment. But if I do mine, that means block number, nonce, and data are both simultaneously passed on to the hash function, and it gives me a particular hash address. Okay. But there is something unique in this hash address, that is, these four starting individual characters are of like same fixed length and same fixed characters. That is 0000, four zeros in the starting. But we discussed that for each and every unique input, it will give us a unique output. This thing is always correct here. We can see every individual character after the starting four digits are always changing. But why not these starting four digits are like changing, and why are they just same like 0000? Why so? That is all the power of nonce number is. Nonce number is such a number that is calculated, and when passed with other information through into the hash function, it makes sure that the starting individual digits of the hash address are of a fixed particular character. In this example, that is 0000. For Ethereum chain, that is OX. For Tezos chain, it is TZ, or for the smart contract addresses, it is KA in the capital A. So this nonce number is one thing that defines what is the starting number of starting characters will be of fixed length and fixed type or not. Okay. It depends on use cases. Some chains have adopted this method, some chains haven't, but still it is one way unique way to identify the hash of which address or which particular blockchain it was. Okay. Now see, if we have seen a hash address, how a hash address is generated, how a block is containing information, and what is now let's see how blocks are connected with each other. So here I think you can see there is a group of blocks that are connected with each other. And one more thing, we discussed that blockchain is chain of blocks. How are they block? How are these chain of blocks connected with each other? Because of some addresses they have saved of the previous blocks they are connected with. So this example shows that this block number 1 is having nothing in this previous hash address, but block number 2 is always having the address of hash address of zeros, like the previous block, that is block number 1. If you can verify, this one and this one is same. If in block number 3 is containing address of block number 2, the same goes in block number 4, which is containing address of block number 3, and so on. The things continue. So we discussed one thing, that data is immutable in blockchain. How does it is, and how is it affected if someone tries to tamper some information in already existing block? Let's see. So there are right now 5 blocks in this blockchain. All of these are mined. All of them are having information of a previous block. That is the hash address of the previous block through which it is connected. And now let's see, these all are mined. That means all the information is saved on the blockchain. That is tamper proof. What if I try to do some changes in block number 5? But do remember one thing, every block is connected with their previous block, not the next block. Okay. So if I am standing, I am calling one block and want to see in which direction or which was their previous block, they can direct me. But if I want to ask them what is their which is their next block, they can't address me to next direction, because every block seems the address of previous one. So but every upcoming block is affected, which is saving the information of that existing block. What does this statement means? Let's see. So I am right now trying to do some changes in block number 5. Okay, in this data feed, you see there was a change in this particular feed, that is like the color has changed from green to red. Why does this happen? Because it signifies that this block number 5 is not saved on any blockchain, although it does contain the hash address of previous block, but it is not having a new hash address. So this block hasn't been mined or added onto the existing chain. If I do mine, then a new hash address is generated. But what if I try to do something in block number 4 or block number 3? What if we do some changes in block number 4? Where does and how does it affect the blockchain? Let's see. Previously, we were doing change in just one block, but now there are also, this time we were also doing change in just one block. But what happened is, this block's hash address was being utilized and saved by the next upcoming blocks that were attached to that blockchain. If hash address or particular thing in any of our existing block changes, all the thing its block hash address also changes, and it also hampers the hash address that was being saved in the next block, and the next block, and the next block, and so on till the last block. Everything changes, because if there is minor change in one block, all the things are connected with that particular block changes drastically. So that's why both of these blocks changes to red color. But if I try to but if I try to do the same change in block number 3, now right now we are not doing anything in block number 4, but what if I try to do the same thing in block number 3? In block number 3. Now 3 blocks are affected. All the blocks that are after that block are affecting, but no effect on the previous block. That's how tampering is happening. Like tamper-proof actually blockchain is, and this is the property that is being utilized. Okay, now coming back to the slides again. What does a block actually contains? So a block contains, just we see a generic example of how things work in blockchain. This is the generic example of how a block actually looks like in actual blockchains. It's a generic idea, a draft plan of how things work. Block size, block header contains version, the previous block address, the merkle tree root, the timestamp, the difficulty, and all these things are provided by the network itself. You don't have to write it on your own. Transaction counter is also added and updated by the network itself. The block content and the transaction is what we changes, or what we input from our side. Rest of the things are already inputted and given to the block by the network itself. So this is how things work in the block. How does a blockchain network works? I will share this particular video link.
So,
sorry.
have you wondered?
This particular video link, and Tauqeer, do share this link in the transaction. Sorry. My bad. So what I was trying to do is, do share this YouTube link I have shared in the chat section. Okay, and I think this will help you out with understanding how things work. And now moving back to use cases of blockchain. We have different use cases, but most of the popular ones right now available in the market are for the decentralized finance, that is DeFi. Supply chain management, it is one of the things that is being in market from like long time ago, but no one was aware that it was actually utilizing blockchain. Everything that you utilize, you consume either in the FMCG market or any particular market that is packed and labeled by a particular company, everything is having a particular barcode. Barcode is nothing but a individual information providing code for that product. And everywhere, if you go to a supermarket like any particular store, Reliance Fresh or something, a Big Bazaar or whatever store, you always see a product is being scanned on their barcode. Why so? Because information is being saved, and that is the last stage from where the information is saved into their database, that after which it was provided to the consumer itself. But from the manufacturing part, from the company to the godowns to the retailers to the shop itself, everything is being recorded, and then this was the last moment at which the data was recorded of that particular product, and after that it was provided to the consumer. All this information is being saved and is crucial in supply chain management for tracking, making statistics and logistics onto the product related side from the company itself. Blockchain was always utilized there unknowingly and unknowingly in different way. And NFT marketplace is one of the new thing where this is utilized. Okay. What are smart contracts? Smart contracts are nothing but a simple set of rules that are being programmed in such a way that whenever step is confirmed, it moves to the next step, to the next step, to the next step, until all the things are being utilized, and then the result is being done, completed, all things without interference from any individual or third party, but it is being governed and done by the program itself. Okay. So smart contracts can render transaction traceable, transparent, and reversible, irreversible also. Once done, it can't be undone. Okay. So what is Tezos? Tezos is a decentralized open source proof of stake blockchain network which have many benefits, many properties such as upgradability, where we provide seamless and forkless chain. Every upgrade, every fork, there is no fork actually on Tezos, and upgradability happens only on one chain. There are no separate forks of a particular chain that are available. Smarter smart contracts because of formal verification by Mickelson and O'Camel, and consensus, we are utilizing liquid proof of stake, and governance, it is all on-chain governance where anyone and anybody can take part in the individual decisions that are being happened for upgrading, enhancing, and increasing the security as well as the other utilization properties of the Tezos network. It is sustainable because we are actually hosted on a energy efficient method, that is proof of stake, and our native currency is XTZ, that is Tezcoin. Okay. Now let's move on to what is there available in SmartPy. Okay. So yes. Let's see. I will start with some basic code. I will share the Bitly links also, but you have to do some changes also. Rest, some things we will be done right now. Okay. I will open a Python library, Python compiler, online compiler. Okay. I will do one thing. I will create a class person and have a init function where we are providing some information that self dot name equal to empty string, self dot age equal to empty string, and self dot place equal to empty string. Actually, we can do it 0 also as of now. Also, now I am creating some member functions that have define change underscore name, self comma name, where what I am trying to do is updating the name, existing name, to the new name that was provided. Okay. If I do the same thing with other like particular functions also, instead of change name, I do change age and change place, new name, new age. I have just wrote down a simple Python class itself, Now I will also write one function def show that is giving me some details, like for example, okay, your mic is mute or not mute. Can you do that?
Okay.
So this is just a simple Python class I created. Okay. And now what I will be doing is I will just do one thing. I will call it, okay, and do one thing, that is I am creating a object of this class person1 equal to person1 dot change underscore name. My name is Simar, so I am writing it down here. I will call person1 dot show, and I will do it after calling the change name function also. Let's run this. Yeah. So this was the thing that was initialized before. This is the thing that was initialized after I called the change name function. That means our code is working fine. Now I will just copy paste this code, okay, and paste it onto the SmartPy library. Okay, okay, do share the link of SmartPy ID in the chat. Okay, and creating a new. I have copy pasted this code only, okay, but I will do three changes now, three simple normal changes, and our code will be into working like a smart contract in Python itself. How so? Let's do one thing. First, in the self, wherever we are using self dot object, okay, wherever we are using self dot object, let's do one thing. Switch it to do one thing. Wherever you are using self dot object name, use self dot data dot object. Okay, self dot data dot object name, and everything will be working fine now. One change done. Second thing is because we are utilizing SmartPy library, so we are using it and we have to import it. Import SmartPy as SV. Second thing is done. Now also, like, I will try to add this in a main function now. So that is def main. And now what we will be doing rest is actually third thing is we will be decorating our code. So just like how you do that in your like school days while creating and making your holiday homeworks or notes, we used to have colorful like pens, colorful like sheets also to decorate whatever we are doing, to present it carefully, good looking, as well as clear to see and distinguishable between different things. We will be using decorators. So whenever we are using the SmartPy, before the def main function, we will be using one decorator. And this decorator is nothing new for SmartPy. It is actually one of property from the Python itself, and Python also provide different type of decorators. You can utilize them also. in the production level code, there whichever companies are using Python, they do use decorators for defining their codes. Okay, so same way we are using it here. That is at the rate, for every main function we are using one decorator, that is at the rate sp dot module. Okay, rest wherever a function that is trying to update, create, delete, or modify a value on the blockchain data itself, that like a data that is saved on a blockchain smart contract, we have to do one thing, that is sp dot entry point. This decorator have to be available. Okay, same goes here for this function also, because it is also changing the value. Same goes here. Okay, now other thing is I'm missing one thing. Yeah, we have to define and make sure the interpreter, Python interpreter, makes and makes sure and knows that the code that it will be compiling in the next line is different code. That is a code that will be defining smart contract, not just a simple Python class. So for that, we have to provide a smart contract based properties also to this class. Do we have to write it on our own? No. Why so? Because SmartPy already provide this in a contract class. So what we can do is we just utilize inheritance and import properties of that already existing contract in the SmartPy library to this person class. How so? With this, okay. Also, one thing, this is a good notation that you should name your class with the capital letter. So this person, and it has to import the properties and inherit the properties from a class that is available in SP, like SmartPy library named as contract. So what I will do is sp dot contract with capital C, and rest our code will be working fine. If I run the code, it is not showing us any output because this is running fine. If it was showing like it was there was any error, it will be showing us some error cases. Now, how to create and see whether our code is working fine or not. I have created some test cases scenario, which I do urge and inform every person who is trying to enter into this coding environment. You should always use test cases also. So how we define a test case? With if main in name at the rate sp.add test, create a def function. You have to use scenario equal to sp.test scenario. I will just change its name to person because our class name is person, just to make sure that there could be multiple classes and multiple test scenarios. So that's why notation is to write this particular name in to that particular class which you will be having test cases for. C1 equal to like main dot person. So what this particular thing, what these 4 lines will be doing here, we are informing the like SmartPy library that yeah, now it's your time to work. Just like how in Remix we have Remix VM available in the like on the website itself, that allow us to like interact with the code to simulate like how it will work on our existing chain. The SmartPy also, with this thing, the test scenarios, we are trying to replicate the same model. We are having our blockchain integrated in this like sandbox, in this sandbox, the browser itself, and this particular field where you are like this is empty. It is the output field. So whatever now after this line scenario, sorry, after this line, it is actually importing a virtual blockchain. There's a blockchain here in the browser itself. C1 is a variable to interact and call the person class in the main function, and I am appending this C1 into the scenario. So that means everything that we will be doing with the person class, whenever, wherever we will be calling it, all things will be happening and simulated, and the output will be generated in this particular section. Now let's see how things will be working. So if things are working fine, it will be showing me good code, and yeah, our code is working fine. It is giving me details like how things are changing. For example, In the initialized part, the contract looks like this. When I call this function change name function, it changes the detail from the empty string to simmer. Same goes here also. When I call the change place function, it got updated the place to Delhi, and same goes here. Let me share this particular codes bitly so that you can also try it on your own. Um, to share this link in the I have shared in the chat. Okay. Now, how you can define and deploy your code onto the chain itself? Very simple. Click on Show Michelson part in the first line. Go to this particular site, that is deploy contract. It will update a new window. In the meantime, you have to download Temple or Kukai wallet, whichever wallet you can search or you are able to download on your browser. Click on Temple wallet and download it on the browser. Download for browser. I have already having this, so I don't have to download it again. But you have to create your wallet. Temple wallet I have already created. And you can request some testnet tokens from Tezos hostnet faucet, and there are two websites are available. You can click on any of these. Okay, connect your wallet. I connected my wallet. I will request one XTZ. It will be sent to me in a few seconds. Same goes for you also. So I already have some tokens. So I will be just moving back to where we left. So when you click on deploy contract, it will put you onto this slide, this website particularly. Now what you have to do is, there are some changes you have to do. In the mainnet section, you have to switch to ghostnet. Select account, you have to go to either Temple or Beacon, where just a second. Either if you have different wallet, go to Beacon. It will detect which wallet is available. You can use Trust wallet also, Kukai, Umami, or Temple. I will be using Temple wallet. So connect now, and it will be asking me to connect to a wallet account. Connect. For the first time users, it will be showing you one more option, that is reveal secret key. If you encounter that, make sure you click on it. It will ask for a transaction verification actually to allow to reveal the key. Accept that, then move back here. You will see something like this, and then click on validate. Okay, I have validated my account. Click on this estimate cost from RPC. Make sure it is done, and after that you have to click on deploy contract. Click on accept. Click on sign. Just a second. There's some error from my side. If you encounter some error like this, don't worry. Just close that window. Go back to your website, like the code again. Try to rerun it. Okay. Click on show Michelson. Deploy contract. Repeat the same steps again. Temple, connect, validate, estimate cost from RPC, and then try to deploy this contract. Pre-validator is not running, cannot inject the operators. Okay, let it be. In the meantime, I think there's a time-based error right now. Either some update will be was happening or something. But don't worry. In the meantime, let's switch to another contract that I have in my mind, and so let's go to that. So there are times like that was just a simple contract that we just utilized here right now. What if we can make a game out of it, like game using the smart contract? So let's create a SmartPy based lottery ticket game, and I think I will just share this code here for this code that I will be using. Okay, but you'll have to do some changes that I will be showing you in this code. Um, do share this code also. I have added in the chat section. Okay. So what we will be doing is, let's define the code. Okay, let's see how things are working here on this code. So nothing new, importing the SmartPy library as SP, adding the decorator at the rate sp dot module, making the line define main, the main function, class lottery, that is inheriting the property of contract available in the SmartPy library. Now in the init function, we created two things. Also one more thing, there are most of the time there is error that on this line itself for most of the users. Why so? Because they add just a single underscore. Init function is always defined with two underscores on the front part as well as on the back part also. So before the init part, you have to use two underscore, and after writing init, you have to use two underscores. This is actually magic function. So you can learn more about it if you are interested. So just search for magical functions in Python. Okay. So with that, now there are five things that we are defining whenever this class will be hosted. That is an empty list of players. This actually a dictionary type of thing, which will be saving details in two ways. First, the ticket number along with wallet address of that user which is holding that ticket. So it will be saving the list of addresses and the corresponding ticket number for each individual in this list. Second is ticket cost. This is the cost of ticket we want to define for each and every ticket in this particular lottery. Tickets available is the total number of tickets that are available in the lottery. Max ticket, tickets available is the number of tickets that are available in the lottery at the moment. Okay, whenever someone is trying to purchase this, the max ticket is the total number of tickets that are available throughout the duration of this game only. And this is the winner ID that will be saving the address of the winner. So creating the entry point, that is the function that will be doing some updates on the chain itself. This line number 15, which is assert self.ticket.available is greater than 0. This line is defining that, yeah, make sure if this function is called, you have to confirm that the tickets available should be greater than 0 only. Then only you should move forward to next line. Rest, make sure if there are tickets less than 0 or less than they are not greater than 0, show the error message that tickets are not available. If this line is successfully run, like if there are 5 tickets available, you will be moving to next line. The compiler will check this line, and assert is actually like a statement that is inputting informing the correct interpreter that, yeah, make sure you have to confirm this statement is working. Rest, either if this statement is true, then only move forward to the upcoming line, or rest, show the output message and get out of this loop. Okay, you don't have to move forward with this line. Okay, now second thing is, I am writing this line sp.amount, that is the amount of the amount available in the wallet of that particular user who is calling this contract. For example, if I have created this website, you connect your wallet and you click on buy ticket. So this sp.amount is the amount of tokens that are available in your wallet. Whoever is calling this function, on behalf of whom this function is being called, the token available in that particular wallet, the user's wallet, is checked here. sp.amount should be greater than the price of the ticket, which is available is sp.tez1. sp.tez is meaning like Tez coin one Tez coin, XTZ. Okay, now similar just like how in Ethereum we have one ETH, in Tezos we have one XTZ, and in similarly if we have GWEI in Ethereum, we have Mutez, MUTEZ in Tezos. Okay, so this is ticket cost. Either you can write sp.tez1, or either you can also write greater than ticket cost. Okay, both will work same, because we are trying to make sure that the amount that is present in the user's wallet should be greater than the ticket amount. Okay, if this is true, then only they will be moving forward to the next line, or rest, it will be just showing this message that recharge your balance. Now if both the statements are true, we will be trying to save the number along with the wallet address into our dictionary. So what is happening here in this line, self.data.players of length of self.data.players. This is a like major statement, but the meaning is just simple. We are trying to get the length of the list, the already existing list, this particularly. Let me go back to the Python compiler now to show you how things are working. So I am creating a list a equal to now a dot append 1 2 3. Okay, now show print a. Let's see if this runs or not. Exactly one. Okay, so I have to individually write some argument, that is 1. Okay, if I show it, it will show me 1. Now if I try to do a dot append 2, it will, oh okay, I forgot to print a now. Print 1 and 2. Now if I try to append a dot append 30, print a, it will show me 3 things, 1 1 2 and 1 2 30. That means the individual character or the individual objects that are available in the list. What if I try to show print length of this list equal to comma length of a? What does the 3 number means? It means the length of, like, what is the length of that particular list that we passed on to the length function. It will give me the number of objects available in that list. Okay, so this line particularly, this particular line, where is it? Yeah, this line, self.data.players. Players is a list. Okay, list of length. So what this particular line means is, give me the length of the list that is players list. Okay, whatever will be the number should be the numbers or the index of the object that we are right now going to initialize. So that means, just like how in JSON we have key value pair, similarly key value pair is being saved, where this particular is the length or the total number of objects that are available in the list, and the corresponding thing that is saved with this particular thing is the wallet address of that user who called this function. So that means if I try to short this down, if I try to do one thing, a equal to self.data.players, okay, and b equal to length of self.data.players, and if I do a of b, that means it will be giving me the value of that object that is having this particular index number. That means if b is equal to 0, let's suppose b equal to 0, if b is equal to 0, the a of b that will give us output as 0th object that is available at 0th index. A of b, for b equal to 0, that means a of 0. Simple thing is happening here also. Okay, this line means this. And now what we are trying next is self.data.tickets available should be -1. If the code is run successfully, you have to deduct the number of tickets from the existing number to -1. That means you have to deduct one number, whole natural number, from the number of tickets that are available. Rest, if the user contains a lot of tokens and we just need one token, what we will be doing is we will deduct the amount. Okay, we will just do one thing. take the total amount of that wallet, deduct the total cost of that ticket, and send the rest back to the user. This was being done here. And in the end game, same thing happens. We have to assert this condition that all the tickets are being like sold off or like completely taken off by the user. So this particular line means that self.data.tickets available should be equal to 0. Then only the next line will be proceeded, or else there are some tickets left. This game won't be completed or end. Okay. Now winner ID, we are making it like the like condition, just like how a random function will generate a number. We are generating it via timestamping, that we like the moment it is called from minus the timestamp of the previous block, whenever it was added, and then divided by the or modulus by the total number of tickets available. That means from 0 to 10, whatever number is there, modulus 5 for the total number of tickets available, so that the remainder should be between 0 to 4. This particular function will give us this particular ID, and that particular index will be selected as a winner, and it will be giving me this output. The amount of the money whichever is collected will be sent to the user, and rest the game will be over. Now try to run this code. What happened here? Oh, just a second. It will run here. Just a second. So now let's do one thing. Let's run this. Yeah, the code is working fine. Also to those people whom I shared this year, bit.ly link bit.ly/Tezos lottery app 1. You have to do some minor changes. You just have to do this thing in the last line. That is, make sure you are highlighting this particular thing in the chat box also. So please, just a second.
Hello.
I'm typing it out. You have to write this, update this statement now, because the bit.ly link that I created was sometimes back, and now the syntax was updated a little bit. Because of that, when we were writing previously .run command to simulate and send some details and parameters along with our transaction to simulate our test environment, we don't have to use .run statement. Now we have to directly pass it on to the function itself. So that's why we are using underscore sender equal to an admin underscore amount equal to sp.tez instead of .run, and the command will be running fine. Okay. Now I will try to simulate and run this and try to deploy it. Contract. Hope so this time it will work. My bad. I think so. Either way. Let me just try to do one more thing. Apple Wallet. I think goes to testnet 2. Yeah. Just a second. Let me do it via this. Okay, there's some error from the node itself at the moment in the test network. Yeah, that was error from. I think so. There is some update during in the test network itself. That's why it is not loading at the moment, but not a major problem because in the previous videos we have already shown how these things work. I think most of the time this is the last step after which you already see if your contract is deployed or not. Most probably this is error from the node itself, which is connected right now onto my from my smart contract ID. Um, this issue will be solved recently. It's just a matter of time, so not a major problem, but rest I think this will give you a basic idea around how things work here in the SmartPy and sp.add test no longer takes the name argument. Thank you for reminding. I forgot to update the code. In the main contract part, you have to write these 4 lines also. I will create a new sample code for this, just where this particular line, if may there was this previous line, what was this line? Yeah, I think if you will be seeing this code as of now, there is some other thing before add test and def test, you have to write this down, or let me just share the code directly here. um, you can, I will just share this link. Okay. And Utkarsh, can you mark this link here?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I will do that.
I don't know whether it will be allowing us to add this big code, but yeah. So that's how things are working here in the Python using SmartPy, and very well excited to see
Yeah.
how people will be utilizing this Python. What is laser?
Utkarsh, the thing which we had in the like link, na, the smart file, you can directly
Yeah,
send it using the Luma. Use the Luma here.
yeah, I will use the Luma for this.
Mhm.
Thanks. Yeah, you can continue, Simarpreet.
Yeah, rest of the things are being covered. I think these are some of the major examples I shared, and there are some other resources that are available on the internet also. You can explore around working with SmartPy if you want to explore more around the examples of how SmartPy actually works. You can just click on this particular templates, and in the templates part, there are some other simple templates also: store value calculator, FIFO, inheritance, Fibonacci view. Token contracts are also available here. Some small games are also available here. Game of life. Although these are some high level also. Some of them are high level, but yeah. In case you want to explore more around this SmartPy code, we are open to this. And rest, if you know about Solidity and you want to explore and build on top of Tezos blockchain, you can explore around Etherlink. And I hope so, Utkarsh, we will be having some session with you around Etherlink also, so that we can have more discussion around building on top of Etherlink. We
Yeah,
are
we will be
already
having
Yeah.
that session soon.
He,
Yeah,
he already excited for Italy, so
yeah,
he's
just my
already
background.
available.
You can see my background.
Etherlink workshop coming soon.
Coming
He
soon,
is
coming
more
soon.
excited than us.
Yeah. So that was my time for today. Any questions? Anything? If there is, I am open to it.
Like there's one question that Code with Vipin is asking, what is laser? I also don't
Actually,
get it, but
I am also surprised. What is laser?
yeah, what is
Because
Laser.
laser?
I
I'm also don't
said
get
a
it.
word laser during my whole workshop.
It's a 11th class question. Laser. Chapter line.
It's a refraction and
That is the
carrier.
thing. Indeed, Simarpreet, like we are already live active here. Utkarsh was asking about the guild thing. The
Yeah,
guild we recently posted. So he was quite active from the you say from the I guess July.
yeah.
Okay.
No, from like I joined from March and I've been active from April, June.
Oh, okay, great. Kudos to see you
Yeah,
going, man. I would love to raise your hand and raise a great thanks to you and your team for pulling this event. And
yeah,
because managing is a lot difficult thing in this time. You have to manage it online, the StreamYard, the LinkedIn, the Twitter, not only this, the YouTube. In fact, you're managing on the WhatsApp, like everyone joins in.
Yeah,
And afterwards, you are building your team as well. You are not a squad with your team, but you are building your team right away. So kudos to
yeah,
you. And yeah,
yeah. Thanks, bro.
and
So like,
Simarpreet is live here. You can just ask about the guild from here because he's the one who is managing.
No, no,
so
no. We
like,
will be shortly having kids in upcoming times. Just a matter of time that we will be shifting out and having like kids with our other clubs also. Because it's like we recently had one in the starting of this month. I think if time permits, we will be having another one by the end of this month or either in the next month. So we will be utilizing this lottery ticket example itself and add the name of all these clubs, and whoever will be winning, we will be hosting the guilds with them first.
okay, like I will
You
keep pinning you, but
directly. So yeah, with that, I think anything rest is left for the discussion.
like, no, like if anyone have
No,
any question, doubts regarding how they can do that, let's please. Yeah, what about Swax? What about Swax?
he's
Soon,
asking about the sticker part, sticker.
Yeah,
soon, soon, soon,
sticker parts
soon. Just a second.
soon. Like those who have attended the session, I have their mail and everything. Please
Facts.
just, yeah, we
No,
will be getting
he is
these
having the
stickers
swags,
soon.
and I am not even having a proper t-shirt.
uh, so
I
like,
have some ideas for the t-shirt because we can build the Etherlink t-shirt as well.
yeah, we can
Actually, I am
build it.
also waiting for the same. I am waiting like one side Tezos, one side Etherlink.
Like
Which
what we
way?
can do,
Because
one side Tezos and in center Etherlink or in back Etherlink. It will be
No,
great.
actually,
obvious,
both of them should be running simultaneously because both of them are by Tezos now. So it's like we can't like Etherlink is not making Tezos, but Tezos is building like Etherlink. So just like
Got it,
that,
got it.
Etherlink. So that
both
is
of
right.
them
And
should be on.
obviously, October is coming. So we have some plans for the
Oktoberfest.
great October.
Don't spill
October
the
1st.
beans again. Don't spill the beans.
I just said October and the October Fest. They already know about the
Just
offer thing, but not our thing, but we are planning.
Don't spill the
just a
beans.
heads up for you
Don't
guys.
give the Easter eggs. Don't give Easter eggs.
So like when can we expect these sets from Simarpreet at our
Soon, soon,
college?
soon.
Very soon, yeah. So like I will
Okay.
update you guys on
Thanks
the
for
swag
answering.
part through mail. Just keep an eye on the mail for the swag part.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure we will be sharing the link for the review of this session, and to make sure you review about us what I can say. Give scoring to me on like how well I did and how well we discussed about SmartPy, so that we can also improve and rest. I think stacks should be delivered soon.
Yeah, you will get your
Yeah,
swag.
don't
Don't
worry
worry
about that
about
thing.
that.
Yeah, we have the things because we are planning the things because we have every quarter. We need to see the thing how many events we have to host, how many that we have to host. And indeed we are planning something before yours. So Simapir had told me not to even give a Easter eggs. So I'm stuck there.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
I guarantee that they are not even aware about what we are building. So don't worry.
yeah. The
Definitely, they
great
should
things
not
are
be aware about
planning.
things what we are planning. We will be just sharing it directly on that when the time will is time is suitable and
Yeah,
time
yeah,
is
everything.
Like
efficient.
I don't know
Exactly.
about
Don't
that
worry.
things also.
Yeah,
Like,
ready.
but
So I believe it's a high time and 12,
yeah,
and I believe there's no question. Mm,
yeah. There's no question from the team other than swags.
yeah, they are looking forward for it. I
Yeah,
know it's the attention of student to this thing, but yeah, no problem.
Okay. With that,
so
I think thank you
Okay.
guys,
for joining in today. Hope to
yeah,
see you soon.
yeah. Thanks for
Great to
joining
see
us
you. Thank
today.
you. Thank
You
you.
have been great audience, and thank you for Tauqeer and Simarpreet for giving us that knowledge on SmartPy and Tezos.
Great.
That bye bye.
Like, see you
Bye.
guys.
Have a
Bye
great
bye.
evening. Have a great evening.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
evening to all of you guys. Bye bye.